Welcome to the Blake Goodman PC Attorneys Podcast. We provide a knowledgeable guide on bankruptcy law in the state of Hawaii so you can stay informed and get the fresh financial start you need. With over 80 years of combined experience in bankruptcy law, at Blake Goodman PC, we're ready to listen and help you get back on your feet. This podcast series is reviewed and approved by founding attorney Blake Goodman.
In this episode, we'll be covering what assets can you keep when filing for bankruptcy in Hawaii, and why it's important to seek experienced legal representation to choose the right type of bankruptcy. If you're thinking about filing for bankruptcy, you might have heard about asset seizure and are wondering what you can do to protect your assets while also finding a way to deal with overwhelming debt. Fortunately, it's not true that filing for bankruptcy means you'll lose all of your assets. You may even be able to keep all or almost all of what you own. Federal bankruptcy code, as well as individual state laws, allow debtors to use exemptions to protect their property, assets, and belongings in the bankruptcy process. The laws can be complex and will vary between states. First, let's focus on Chapter 7 bankruptcy and how to choose the right type of bankruptcy in Hawaii. Chapter 7 is the liquidation chapter of the bankruptcy code and the most common one used by individuals, corporations, and limited liability companies. There are multiple types of bankruptcy that can be filed, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Not everyone will qualify to file for every type of bankruptcy, but your bankruptcy law firm can help you determine which type of bankruptcy might be best for you. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is the most common type of bankruptcy that individuals file. With this type of bankruptcy, you must meet specific income qualifications based on how many people live in your household. If you qualify and your bankruptcy is approved, a bankruptcy trustee will be assigned to your case who will have the authority to sell some of your assets. The proceeds will be used to pay toward your debts, and the remaining balances of your eligible debts will be discharged or forgiven, and you'll no longer owe anything. Eligible debts that can be discharged in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy include personal loans, home loans, and credit card debt. Some debts that generally cannot be discharged in bankruptcy include student loans, child support payments, and taxes. Next, let's review the assets that are protected by exemptions in Hawaii bankruptcy. Exemptions are laws that protect your assets when you file for bankruptcy. The goal of bankruptcy is to help you get a fresh financial start, not to make you homeless and destitute. That's why federal and state guidelines have been established. They protect debtors in the bankruptcy process and help you get set up for a better financial future. Which assets are protected in bankruptcy will depend on where you live. In Hawaii, like many other states, you can choose between the state exemption system and the federal exemption system. Your bankruptcy attorney can review your assets and calculate which exemption system will work most to your advantage. However, you must choose one system. You cannot mix and match state or federal exemptions. Exemptions generally protect a specific type or category of property. Your home, vehicle, and personal property may be protected from seizure by exemptions. In some cases, the law states a maximum value or dollar amount for each type of asset that is protected. Now, let's understand the role of the bankruptcy trustee in liquidating non-exempt assets in Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The bankruptcy trustee's job is to repay your creditors as much as possible. When you file for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, your assets and property become part of a bankruptcy estate. The trustee that is assigned to your case will have the authority to liquidate and sell any non-exempt property and use those funds to repay your creditors according to a court-established priority level. You'll use either state or federal exemptions to determine which property can be kept and which may be liquidated. Your bankruptcy trustee will look at the equity and value of property and determine whether it is worth being sold. Some of the many exemptions that Hawaii recognizes include $20,000 to $30,000 in home equity, $2,575 in a vehicle, up to $1,000 total in jewelry and watches, household furnishings, appliances, books, clothing used by you and your family, $2,800 of tools used in your trade, burial plot, some insurance benefits, and some retirement accounts. Federal bankruptcy exemptions are more generous than Hawaii's state laws in some instances. Consulting with your bankruptcy lawyer is essential as you determine which exemption system to use and understand how they apply to your assets. Remember, if you don't want to lose your assets in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, seek the help from an experienced lawyer today. In some cases, if your asset is not worth enough to justify the cost of selling it, the bankruptcy trustee may choose not to liquidate it. In these cases, you can keep the property. Never make transfers to retirement accounts or other protected accounts. or transfer ownership of possessions right before you file for bankruptcy, because those funds may be seized and used to pay your debts. Blake Goodman PC can help you time your bankruptcy and protect your non-exempt assets to the fullest extent possible. We specialize in guiding clients through the complexities of bankruptcy, ensuring you're fully informed and confident about what you should do to protect what is yours. Don't navigate this journey alone. Contact Blake Goodman PC today for a free consultation. Let our experienced Hawaii bankruptcy attorneys guide you toward financial stability and peace of mind. To schedule your free case consultation, call us at 808-556-7833 or visit us online at debtfreehawaii.com.
Thank you for listening to the Blake Goodman PC Attorneys Podcast. Going through bankruptcy can be a difficult and complex situation, but it doesn't have to be if you have us on your side. Your path to financial freedom starts here. Get in touch with the experienced bankruptcy lawyers at Blake Goodman PC Attorney today to explore your options.